is a road down to Betong. And it's a very infamous road in the area because it's called the Road of Death. This is the street art section of Yala. This is quite a famous area. Where you go? Up here. There's a plan to make this city a tourist attraction once again. Yeah, would have thought it'd be a bit quieter. The malls in Hat Yai are much quieter than this. Right, we're in now. We're moving. So onwards to the old market. See, the thing is they don't get a lot of tourists in this town, so language barrier is definitely there. And they were quite surprised to see us. They were quite happy to see English, huh? Because they were all going Liverpool, Man United.
Everyone knows Man United.
Yeah, Man United is one of the biggest teams. Yeah, if not the biggest. Yeah, it's the biggest team. Huh?
Biggest.
Yeah.
Of all. Really? Everyone seems to know that. Everything they say in this part of the world, when you say England, is always football. Always. In Malaysia it was the same. Malaysia, Thailand, always football. Yeah, always football. The other thing, so Grab doesn't work. The other thing I was really worried about was SIM cards. And I read online that your SIM card stops working down here because you have to have it registered with your ID, yeah. And the reason they have to have it registered is because people have used the SIM cards to detonate like explosions and stuff like that. So it's pretty scary. So this is like the old coconut market, I believe. The market where second-hand goods, everything is second-hand here. All the clothes here is second-hand. It's one of the biggest in Thailand, I believe. And it's a real favourite with locals. I waved at that guy. What did you do?
He didn't. He stared. He stared. Yeah, the vibe here is definitely quite intense.
It's been since we got off the train.
Yeah, it's lucky when you run into some nice locals, but sometimes the vibe can be a little much. This is a beautiful part as well. If you can see, this is all traditional housing, all built on pillars. Village houses, like the ones in Kampung Baru and the old Kampung houses.
Living.
Yeah, it is. We saw some Malaysian flags just a bit earlier. A few interesting stairs in town. People are looking. Roadblocks in the town, as you can see. It's a lot quieter than I thought it would be though, this town. This is the main roundabout in Yala. Alright, we are in the centre of Yala now. The massive roundabout here. The recent mayor of Yala has actually spearheaded a plan to make this city a tourist attraction once again, because since 2004, since all the attacks, there hasn't been any tourists here, or there's been a real distinct lack of them. But the beauty of this city is that 80 years ago, the mayor, 80 years ago, designed the city, or it was designed to be like Paris. And that is all these different roads shaped around the, what do you call it in French? The arrondissement. So it's arrondissement. It's supposed to be shaped like Paris. So Yala is almost like Paris. It's spirals. If you look at it on the map, it's this big circle and big web around it. It's amazing. We're gonna have a quick wander around. Look at this beautiful shrine above me here. Let's have a walk up. Very beautiful. Sawadee-ka. I mean, you can't fault the mayor, you know, he's definitely working on things, and in fact they've made it a Wi-Fi city. So he's trying to turn it into a smart city where there's free Wi-Fi. They're promoting things like Musang King and local strains of durian and blackthorn in the area. Right behind me stands the road 410. Is a road down to Betong, and it's a very infamous road in the area because it's called the Road of Death, and it's where most of the insurgency attacks have actually occurred. It's down this point where there's been attacks on checkpoints, been attacks on military, cars, vehicles, the lot. You know, only 2 months ago, yeah, it's a long road. It's a long, windy road. It's true.
Yeah, it's not just this road. It just goes on for a few hours.
It's about 2.5 hours drive down to Betong. So it's a long, windy road. So you can imagine things start very nice here, but the roadblocks get more and more. And they say at night it's the most dangerous. You know, only last month or 2 months ago, there was a tourist police van attacked by a roadside vehicle there, a roadside bomb. You know, things like this in this area are prevalent. There was also 15 people shot dead at a checkpoint down here. You know, the thing is most of the time they're aimed at targets of authority, but you know, it's quite a scary prospect. You know, and it's not a road that you want to be driving down. You know, what makes this road so scary is that even locals won't go down to Betong this way. You know, they're too terrified to even take it, and most of the traffic to Betong comes through Malaysia. If you don't know Betong, it's a Chinese town, and it's pretty isolated from most of Thailand. And it's
part of Yala region.
It's part of Yala region, yeah. You know, if you read about it, you'll see that Betong is very far south, and we considered going down there, but after reading about the Road of Death and the insurgency attacks down there, where it's more prevalent along this road, I thought it wasn't worth the risk.
It's also similar to Yala. This place is not very touristy in a way. It's mostly famous to be dangerous, but then Thai people are trying to improve the reputation of all these places.
Yeah.
Making it more attractive to tourists, although again most of the tourists they had was because of sex traffic.
They're actually building an airport down in Betong, and you know, they are trying to clear up this area in Thailand, but it's very difficult with, you know, these spate of attacks. And of course, you know, they're less common than they were, and we spoke to a lot, you know, even the locals were saying that everyone's more concerned with COVID right now than attacks. You know, COVID is a bigger threat, you know, so things are definitely improving in this area. Right, I'm going to take a quick video of the Road of Death, and then we'll chip off. Yeah, it's nice. It's better than I thought. It's less roadblocks than I thought as well.
Yeah, it's quite colourful in places.
I spoke to a local about Yala, and he was saying it's not worth being out after 6 o'clock here. He said, it was this Uncle Jow from our last video, and he said, you know, you're too young to risk it, and he said, make sure you're inside by 6 p.m, huh?
He also said, don't go, there's nothing to be fair.
Yeah, he did say there was much in Yala.
We said, is it nice? And he said, no.
So onwards. So this is the street art. This is all street art, huh? All around here. This is the street art section of Yala. This is quite a famous area. It's beautiful. It's very old town. Beautiful street art.
Yeah, this was part of the plan they had for the city.
Yeah, this is
more tourist friendly.
to make it more tourist friendly. Yeah. I love Yala. Cup and cup. Couple cap. So we've almost got our own little tour guide now. Street, yeah, this is a street art tour of Yala, as Julia just said. Right, let's get out. Ooh. Where you go? Up here, huh?
Coliseum.
Colosseum, huh?
ประตูใหญ่อยู่ข้างหน้า
Okay.
จะไปนู่น
Okay. Right, let's go. Colosseum here, and we come back, meet you here. Huh? Here we go. This is the Colosseum. This is the busy mall of Yala. It's the only mall, and it's a local favourite. There seems to be a sign in where you sign in, and they'll do a temperature check as well, and you sign in, and then you go forward. So this is where most of the locals shop for their on a Saturday, on the weekends, the supermarkets and shops, and basically the big local mall of Yala, and it's where the cinema is located as well. Got mobiles, you got bags, watches, everything. Shoes, pillows, a whole lot. Right, we're looking for the bathroom here. We've got Skippy Land over here as well, somewhere for the kids to play. You know, they do say that it's a very shabby, rundown mall. You know, the sad thing is apparently people aren't interested in refurbishing it because of the threat of insurgency here. You know, they just think, you know, there's no point building them all up. You know, which is very sad. Right.
They were not in Thai.
Oh, they weren't in Thai?
They were not in Thai in English. They were in Thai and Arabic.
Oh, they're in Arabic?
Yeah.
Ah, it's interesting. So
It's quite strange, no?
the toilet signs weren't in Thai or Thai or Bahasa.
Thai and
They're in
Arabic.
Thai and Arabic, are they? Oh, right. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, different, huh? This is the cinema floor, and it's unfortunately closed. That's because of COVID, you see. That's what happens. Their food floor. I don't know. Yeah, I think the food's on the bottom floor. You know, it doesn't feel very much different to any normal mall that we've seen sometimes places like Malaysia and stuff like that. It feels very similar. You know, the one in Jalan Tar maybe, a bit more of a locals haunt. You know, this is what it feels like. It feels like a locals mall.
It's like the local ones in Vietnam.
Ah, it feels like the local ones in Vietnam as well, huh? Yeah, maybe.
Cities of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Very local small ones. It's not a big place. It's just like open space and kind of stores rather than shops inside. Is it?
Yeah, let's have a look.
You do a lot of money.
Oh, we've got more down here, to be honest. It's a bit busier. It's quite busy actually, this mall. I guess it's it's a Monday afternoon, isn't it?
Monday.
It's not a weekend, so
Morning.
Monday morning, yeah.
In fact, it's busier than I'd expected on a Monday.
Yeah, would have thought it'd be a bit quiet. The malls in Hat Yai are much quieter than this. Maybe only the workers were just in the malls in Hat Yai, but here you've got real community out shopping. I Julie spotted her drink. What are you getting? Ice peach lemonade.
Peach lemonade, yeah. Kiss me.
Big one. This one. Yeah. Right, Julia is getting her ice peach lemonade. Every time she sees it, she always wants to pick it up, you see.
That's not an This is different. It's a lemonade.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's different.
Okay, it's a bit different apparently. So yeah, this is the mall basically. This is basically as big as it is. We've just basically walked around it. So it's not particularly massive. It's a fairly small selection of food and drinks in comparison to most malls in Asia. Got everything. There's plenty of stuff here. They've got a lot of stuff in this small space, to be honest. It's a small mall, but they've managed to pack so much stuff in here. You know, if you're looking for a shirt, you know, you've got shirts, you've got loads and loads. I probably have to admit though, it's probably one of the most dangerous malls I've probably ever been in. Alright, let's go. Ooh. Right, so that was the mall. That was the mall in Yala. Very nice. It's a locals mall. And as I said, a lot packed in there, you know.